Located in the heart of Central Asia, Afghanistan is called the crossroads between East and West. But through decades of war, it has the lowest World Peace Index in the world and has become the world's poorest country. The eruption of explosive conflicts shook the country. Beginning in 1979, the tragic chain of wars has lasted over 30 years. What the war left were hardships and despair. The majority of victims being women and children. In 1992, Dr. Sakena Yacoobi, who was studying in the United States, abandoned a stable lifestyle and flew to the aid of refugees.
I wanted to go back home. There were 7.5 million refugees. About 90% of them were women and children. Most of the men has been killed or they were in war. I saw a widow with 5 to 8 children sitting there and weeping out and not knowing what to do. No education, no entertainment, no place to even live. So it was a very devastating situation.
دروازه که باز کردیم دیدیم طالبا به دور خانه و بوما و ته خانه شیشته بودن. یک برادر خودی پدر من زده بدون از اینکه ما بفهمیم کی هست، یعنی از خواه آدم برمیخواد هیچ سراسیمه اینا لطکوب کرده ببردم.
Afghan women hold the highest female illiteracy rate in the world. Having to accept violence and abuse as their destiny, they are forced into a life of misery. Education was absolutely essential if they were to overcome this tragic situation. Dr. Yacoobi was convinced that education is a human right, and only education can offer a brighter future for refugees.
If anything that I want to really transform the society is not going to be through gun or through a tank, it's going to be through pen and through books and through education.
Those who survived the war were in denial of the value of education and did not trust teachers, and the traditional local culture opposed women's education. A simple man who had lived a relatively ordinary life as a breadwinner of his family gathered his courage and began teaching. In an instant, there were 7 educational tents, and in a year it grew into a school for 15,000 girls. In 1995, the Afghan Institute of Learning was founded to offer systematic education for refugees. To date, they have educated over 13 million. Afghan women learned to write. They also learned a variety of vocational skills to improve their lives. Hope rises as the thought of earning a living becomes a reality. Learning how to read and write, they were also able to resist violence.
یعنی واقعا خداوند به روبرو استاد گفته نشه. خداوند همیشه خانم یعقوبی موفق، پیروز، سربلند داشته باشه که به داد دل ما واقعا اگر خانم یعقوبی نمی بود من ناامید شده بودم. او کسایی هستم.
Not even the threatening surveillance of the Taliban, which strictly prohibited women's education, could break their passion for learning. Rural communities are being transformed through education. The Afghan Institute of Learning is offering training that meets the needs of the community. Consulting with the local authorities throughout the process, they have created positive social reforms that came about because of these educational projects. In addition to education, Dr. Yacoobi introduced a holistic approach to improve the overall quality of life for many, providing training in medical care and broadcasting. Radio stations provide educational content to people living in remote areas. In the near future, she also plans to establish a TV station and a women's university. These efforts are giving hope to countless refugees. Due to her pioneering efforts, and unlike the first generation of Afghan refugees who suffered from despair and poverty, many second and third generation refugees have flourished as leaders in rebuilding their community and creating a better future. Even today, she is preparing a special future for the children of the world.